There's a sister that lives in Grosse Point, Michigan. Now, her neighbor decided to hang a domestic terrorist Ku Klux Klan flag in a window that faces her home on February the 16th. Now, the sister's name is Jadonna Dingus, and she called state and federal authorities. Well, she noticed her neighbor had hung the domestic terrorist group, the KKK, flag in a window facing her home. So when she saw that, she says, I know there's not a Klan flag in the window next door. And she says that as she opened her curtains and she looked out and said, sure enough, there was a Klan sign in the window next door. So she had shared the images on social media and said that, she had issues with her neighbors since she'd been in that community when she moved in 11 years ago. Now, they said her ex-husband first noticed the flag on February 15th when he was taking out the trash. She said she was furious. He said, how dare he, feel comfortable putting a symbol of hatred, violence, and domestic terrorism in his window facing my house. Her ex-husband also found 3 weeks ago a container full of gasoline in her recycle bin that prompted her to get a security camera installed that points at that neighbor's house. Police also suggested that the sister get a camera installed so she can report, any kind of incident. Said detectives came out and talked with them about what's going on. They couldn't really do anything. So she made a report to the FBI. Now, the FBI took the report, but said they couldn't do much because the neighbor haven't directly harmed or intimidated her. Now, let me tell you about the FBI. I'm glad this was brought up in this story. Black folks, please listen to what I'm about to tell you. When you are a victim of a hate crime or feel you are a victim of a hate crime, this is how you're supposed to report this. Number one, you call your local police department. Right after you make a report with the local police department, then you go make a report with the FBI in the hate crime division. Now, when you get the feds involved, just even them knowing the feds involved, they're going to usually do something. The federal government going to have to research that case. Now, some of you who dealing with these Karens or these other white supremacists that's calling you racial slurs and hitting you or whatever, and you may say, oh, the local police department don't want to do nothing. That's fine. They don't have to. But take those videos and that evidence and make a report with the FBI, because they have to investigate every hate crime allegation. So that's what you're supposed to do. But black folks haven't been doing that. You haven't been making a report with the local police department and the FBI. You got to make a report with the FBI or anything that's related to a hate crime. But now they said they couldn't do nothing because they didn't go out like intimidating. Unfortunately, you can't have a Klan flag in America. It's not against the law. Unfortunately, you can have a Confederate flag in America at your house. It's not against the law. It's considered, quote unquote, freedom of speech. Now, in my opinion, signs of domestic terrorism needs to be against the law. But as long as these people are in charge, they're not going to get rid of that. This is why when you come into as demographics change, you guys have to change those laws, right? As of right now, the demographics hasn't changed enough in the area of power. This is why they're trying to stack the courts with them and trying to make sure they pad everything with themselves, because they know they're about to become the minority. When they become the minority, well, they want to be in positions where you can't vote them out, which is judges, etc. So, she also contacted the Michigan Attorney General's office, but was unsuccessful in getting real help about the situation. They said after, being talked to by the FBI and detectives, the neighbor took down the flag, never put it back up. But the woman says that, the reason why she got, the federal government involved is because, you can't call the police, can't do anything. She said she was grateful for the support she's received from the community. She said a number of people had reached out to her. They said she was overcome with emotion for the love and support that she received from strangers in the community. Now, the NAACP has said that they're calling it an attempt of ethnic intimidation by displaying a KKK flag directly at her and her family. But this is the thing. I hate this happened to the sister and everything. I hate that. But, the way she did report it to the FBI, that's the point I want to relay home. That's the right way to do things. Post it on social media as well. Anything like that, please post it on social media to show the location, give the city, give the state, shoot, something like that, give the address, give whatever you want to give when you make that report. Social media, local police, FBI, do that, because public pressure sometimes forces law enforcement to do things too. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story, that happened to our sister here. But these people, like I said, unfortunately, they live in this country, and all they have is hate, ladies and gentlemen. That's all they have, because hate is their particular heritage. I mean, when you think about white supremacy, nothing is good about it. Like I say, it's demonic, it's evil, and to hold on and want to hold on to something like that, it just, like I say, you can't even fathom, that level of hatred that they have, for black people.